With me on set is Bruce Weinstein, and he is with IPA. We're going to be learning a little bit about that. But what's so cool in life sometimes is the network of people that you know. It turns out that we knew so many people in common. We've been having a wonderful time getting to know each other backstage. With us now is Bruce Weinstein. What is IPA?
Thanks, Donna. IPA is Insurance Planning Associates.
Okay.
We are a Long Island-based executive benefit firm that works with owners and their key personnel, and we've inherited a lot of the staff benefits and core benefits as a result of everything going on with Washington and the media and the Affordable Care Act or Unaffordable Care Act.
And do you like what you do?
I love it. I love numbers.
Okay.
Having the opportunity to speak with a CFO and watch the lights come on as to creating a path to better the benefit package for staff, which then opens the door to do things for the owners and executives, is very rewarding.
And what are some of the executive plans that you have? What are some of the benefits to executives of working with you?
Executives come in many flavors, but they all have one common desire: tax efficiency.
Okay.
How do I put away as much as possible, and how do I take it out tax efficiently in the end?
And the success that you've seen for them when you're working with executives, like, do they like take you out to lunch? Like, are they like calling you saying thank you? Like, how have you been able to like change their life and make things better for them?
We help them buy the cabin in the woods.
Okay.
We help them put their kids in school. We help them buy their toy car. We help them take a second honeymoon.
And you're alleviating pain. That I heard too, a phrase, you know, you're alleviating the pain. There's a pain sometimes.
Sometimes it is absolutely a pain point. How do I achieve my goals in the future? It's very hard in today's economy.
And what about from the employees? What type of things can help an employee have a better relationship as an employee?
Staff plans are very interesting because it's very, very personal, from the mailroom guy to the dependent who's at Arizona University. When dealing with health insurance, you're using it, you're engaged in it, from the prescription all the way to the pre-authorization. We approach it very, very differently. Fortune 500 companies do things pretty smart. They pay as they go, and they buy wholesale. And all that means is if you play in the network, you're getting a discounted cost for the claim activity, and if you pay as you go, you save a fortune. And most people in the smaller groups don't understand those two dynamics, and they're typically spending a lot more money than they need to.
Consumption plan. I see that you brought a bottle of water, so explain to me, because I said to you, I'm like, Bruce, we have cups, I can give you some water, and you said, wait a second, I want to explain it using this.
We use a bottle of water metaphorically.
Okay.
Pretend that this bottle of water is the employee benefit program. Every company, USA, hands one of their employees, regardless of how they pay for it, the bottle of water. The problem with that is we don't all drink the same amount of water. In fact, the statistics are nationwide. About 30% of all insureds last year did not go for a doctor appointment, a prescription, a nothing, and yet it cost the sponsoring company $8,000. So we encourage companies to give the employee this bottle sans the water, no water,
Okay.
but an entitlement to the water, hence the term consumption plan. By doing that, they're spending, instead of $8,000, $6,000. Big delta, big difference. If the employee needs the benefit, they have access to that water. And the nice thing about it is that water is a $1 benefit instead of a copay or a deductible.
Okay.
So most employees fall well under the $2,000 threshold in that example, meaning they have no out-of-pocket cost whatsoever. They love the plan. The CFO really loves the plan. And then it opens the door for us to do an executive benefit with the savings or the efficiency and point that towards the owners, the executive, the key personnel.
How did you discover this niche, Bruce, at IPA? How did you discover that, like you said, you love numbers? How did you kind of work it so that you create something of value for the people that work with you?
We looked at what the Fortune 500 companies were doing, and they're all self-insured. The micro market is nervous in that space. They don't want the risk. So by doing a consumption approach with a high deductible plan that everybody's heard about but doesn't quite know how to use, you're getting the benefit of the self-insured approach with none of the risk. You can engineer your maximum exposure, and what we do is reverse engineer it back to what the cost would have been, assuming in my example the $8,000 cost.
How often do you recommend that employers kind of relook at their packages? Is it once a year?
In today's climate, it's a one-night stand every
Okay.
year.
Every year?
Every year, absolutely.
Okay, because there's new things. And I guess you spend a lot of time researching all the things to be able to bring them to your clients. Like you keep up on things, you're well read.
We're very, very plugged in,
Okay.
but the answer is 10 out of 10 times. Why prepay for claims that may not occur? Wouldn't you be better suited paying as you go? At least then you have the opportunity to save some dollars and create a better benefit environment for your staff.
Excellent. What are some things that I didn't ask you about? Because it seems like you just provided a lot of great information.
We're doing a lot of push-ups in the staff plans just because there are more bodies, more people there.
Okay.
But our passion is helping executives create environments that really recruit and retain the non-family owners. When you have a rock star employee, the first thing that you do as a family member is go, Joe is going to go hang a slate across the street, become my competition, or get poached away. So we love doing what's known as golden handcuffs.
Okay.
And there are strategies that allow a company to lock in an employee if and when they stay, and give them a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Because if you have a superstar employee who is responsible for a lot of revenue to your firm, you don't want them to leave, and you want them to be thrilled.
Right. Give them a thank you and a vested interest in order to stay and be part of the team.
Keep a big carrot in front of them.
Yeah, love loyalty.
Absolutely.
You know, and that builds loyalty. So what you're really doing is you're helping an efficiency for business owners. You're helping the employees be happier, and overall things are costing less, and people are only using what they need when they need it.
We are a primary care physician to the economics of a company. They're spending the dollars anyway. We try and create the efficiencies that get the result that they're looking for.
How fun is that? Now, how can somebody engage with you? Do you set up appointments? Do you do a look-see?
They can
how
reach
does it
us. They can reach us on the web.
Okay.
IPA18.com. We actually have a very interesting animated movie on our website that talks about the discrepancy of the highly compensated owner and key personnel versus everybody else. We love everybody else.
Yes, I understand.
But it is the owner and the highly compensated employee that looks at the limits of a 401k plan or the limits of traditional benefits and says, wait a minute, I'm being discriminated against from a percentage standpoint. The employee can retire at 50% of their income. The executive can retire at 20%. That's a big gap, and we create plans that fill that gap and can reward the highly compensated in a wonderful way.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
So I liked your analogy. This makes a lot of sense to me. So it seems to me like you are also a person that's really vested in what you do and that you love what you do.
Love what I do.
Passionate.
Yes.
Passionate about numbers, which, you know, I don't even balance my checkbook. So it's good that there's people like me and there's people like you. And I'm happy to recommend you and refer you to some business. And thank you very much for joining us.
Donna, thank you very much.
Stay tuned for more on Live It Up. If you're somebody like me that doesn't like numbers, go to Bruce because he loves them. Did you hear what he said? He loves helping you crunch the numbers. All right, stay tuned for more on Live It Up.